Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And there it is, guys, the casting announcement for the live action Harry Potter. These are the kids, and unsurprisingly, Hermione is not white. Oh my God.
Shocker. Never would have guessed that.
Seen that coming.
I know.
Everybody. That's fine though. We're gonna talk about this because okay. So it's going to open up a can of worms just like it does with Snape, because Hermione is the target of, I guess, racial discrimination because she's a mudblood. Mm-hmm. So it's going to make the show a little more uncomfortable for some people, I believe, than if they had maybe, if you're going to race swap some characters, some of the other characters. I suggested Morgan Freeman as Dumbledore. I would have been okay with that. I mean, I like John Lithgow, but Morgan Freeman as Dumbledore, that would have been pretty badass. I would have been okay with that. But so it's gonna make things very, very awkward, I think, in some cases. And it'll be interesting to see if this supposedly very faithful adaptation.
Well, what I'm getting from this is, so Mudblood, or Half-Blood Prince Mudblood, that means you're not white.
Yes,
that's what they're giving with this.
The only characters that got swapped, as far as I can tell,
so far
that we know of, the main cast, the only characters that got swapped for black folks were the characters that were picked on for being mixed or impure. Right? I mean, that strikes me as being potentially problematic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hermione, we already knew they changed her for the stage show before.
Yeah.
So that was likely going to be the case here. Snape, though, that was really out of left field.
Yeah, Snape was really out of left field.
Right into left field? I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, this whole thing, and the thing is that the Snape casting hasn't made anybody happy. Like, look, they're. And I said earlier on Twitter, one, I want to be very clear. I feel so bad for these kids.
Yeah, no matter what happens, these kids are going to get so much crap.
They're going to get it from all sides. Mm-hmm. And they look like a cute bunch of kids, and they're all like, oh, they have no idea.
Excited. Yeah, I hope
they're all
parents
excited.
Are extra vigilant and making sure that they keep them protected from this crap.
I mean, we had people going after Rowling. They were going to go after her kids. We had, and that's on one side of it. And then you're going to have people being mad about the changes on the other side. So it's like these poor kids are not going to be able to catch a break. Hopefully they're being paid very, very well, for all the therapy they're going to have to go through years to come. But we'll talk about this. I think this is one of those cases where you're not going to make anybody happy. And the only way to win is maybe by not playing the game in the first place. Yeah. Like, let's not reboot Harry Potter. But, we have to because money. Warner Brothers needs it desperately. We'll see if this works for them. I don't know. Anyway, before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
The memes already. I love this. Grok. Change them into the regular cast. They were thinking, Radcliffe and Watson, and instead they just... what they did here. Actually, the kid in the middle looks like me when I was a kid. Kind of.
Oh, yeah, kind of from what you explained.
Yeah. And all, Pedro Pascal.
That was funny.
That's fantastic. I love this comment though here. Dragon Academy says, never seen these three in anything. Why not pick people with more experience? Other people were complaining. You didn't
see the original three in anything before they were in Harry Potter either.
Other people were complaining they looked young. They're like, why do they look so young? Why do they look like they're like 11? I'm like,
have you read the her books?
Have you read the books? It's like, have you read the books? Anyway, they look like cute kids, right? Ron's a ginger. So there you go. The Weasleys are going to be ginger. Unless he's adopted in this one. I don't know. Variety, Harry Potter HBO series cast Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Well, some of the family might not be, ginger. They might be black because they're the same thing.
Yeah,
the internet has decided that we're basically the same thing. So it could happen.
So when they get married, it's not
two gingers. Yeah,
there you go. Right. So I don't know who any of these kids are. So this is Dominic McLaughlin is Harry Potter, Arabella Stanton is Hermione, and Alistair. Oh my God, that's the most British name I've ever heard.
Names. I love
Alistair Stout. That sounds like a headmaster at Hogwarts.
I don't know. It does. I love their names. They have great names.
Alistair Stout.
I love
That's
their
actually
names.
That's gonna be my next, like, next time we do tabletop and I make a new character. The name is gonna be Alistair Stout. I don't know what he does exactly, but that's a damn good name. That's better than
they all
Ron
have
Weasley.
really great names. I'm like,
Arabella Stan. Yeah, they do. They all have very very like regal sounding names. More than 30,000 actors auditioned for the lead roles, including a grown ass man who wanted to be Hermione.
It's true.
It was like a 42-year-old man.
He identifies as young, so.
So I'm gonna assume though that, like, if they auditioned that many people, that these were the kids. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot more than even the first one was like crazy, but like 30,000 kids. So this summer they're going to do the filming after an extraordinary search led by casting directors Lucy Bevan, Emily Brockman. We are delighted to announce we found our Harry, Hermione, and Ron. The talent of these three unique actors is wonderful to behold, and we cannot wait for the world to harass them. I mean, witness their magic together on screen. We'd like to thank all the tens of thousands of children who auditioned, and also that 42-year-old man. Sorry.
I'm sorry, woman. It's ma'am.
Girl. It's trans age.
That's true. You're right.
It's been a real pleasure to discover the plethora of young talent out there. Maybe they can get some extras or something. So yeah, they said Harry Potter is going to be Alistair Stout's first role. Stanton was Matilda in Matilda the musical. So they actually do have some credit. Mm-hmm. And McLaughlin was in Grow. And I don't know what any of these, I have no idea. But they can act, right? So it does potentially open a can of worms. I don't know. I think they look like a cute bunch of kids.
Well, go for it. Go Alistair. I mean, he auditioned with all those people and ends up getting like to be in Harry Potter. I mean, that's kind of awesome.
It's like, what do you do? Where do you go from there though? Like, it's my first role. What are you doing? Oh, I'm in Harry Potter. It's like, holy hell. So yeah, it does potentially raise some questions though. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, like there's like absolutely, there's no way to win this one. You know what I'm saying? Like I for the sake of the kids, I hope this is like the best effing thing ever. Now I do know, and I've said before, the people that worked on, or they're working on this one, to the best of my knowledge, the same bunch that worked on His Dark Materials. I love the books. Yeah, they did some race swaps. It was fan freaking tastic. I thought,
yeah, it still worked. If it's the right person that you can pull it off, you can. And I don't care. That being said, I don't care how good an actor that's replacing Snape. It's not going to work because that is the one character that was like
described.
Yes.
I mean, the Malfoys for sure are going to be pasty ass white folks. That would have been an interesting choice though. Let's make the Malfoys non-white.
We haven't cast the Malfoys yet.
I don't think they have. That would be amazing.
Don't speak too soon.
I don't know. I mean,
you're gonna be Asian. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing.
Crazy rich Asian.
Here's my thing.
Wizards.
Whenever you hear about diversity and inclusion, how come it only means black people?
I don't know.
We have to make it diverse. So we added black people. Why? I mean, what
and
about
lesbians.
other characters?
You can't forget, and sometimes both.
Well, it's always diversity usually means lesbians or black people. So
yes.
I'm just like, well, if you're going to do diversity, where are the people, other kinds of people that you're going to put in here? Because I'm hoping that the Malfoys are like something that's not white, because I'm just tired of this whole thing. We have to make it diverse and inclusive. And what we mean by that is we made somebody a lesbian or black.
I thought it was really interesting, though, in the MCU Spider-Man that they made the bad guy. He's not really a bad guy, but Flash Thompson, they made him Indian. Was he Indian?
Yeah, something like that. Like,
I thought that was a very interesting choice. But the thing is that, like, I know people were mad about, but like after a while, like if you get the right actor, you don't really see it. Where it's going to get complicated with Harry Potter, though, is because there is this undertone of racism with
unless we're just leaning into it.
That could be too. I mean, they might be like, you know what? That's the perfect allegory. But here's the thing. J.K. Rowling, she said as much. I mean, she's just cashing those checks. She's a producer, but she doesn't have any say in the casting. She was like micromanaging the casting the first time around. I remember that. But I'm also like, I micromanaged the casting the first time, and all three of those little MFers threw me under the bus.
Yeah, right.
So I'd be like, but yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna feign, like kidding, like, oh my God, guys, the world is ending. I can't believe that they've got black people in Harry Potter.
We all knew that was going to happen. Like, I don't
was
think
gonna
anybody
happen.
expected anything differently. I mean, they
I
already changed it.
I love this though. James Earl Jones. R.I.P. That would have been amazing. Could you imagine him with the voice and the whole thing? They could still do it. He sold his voice.
No, I don't think they're going to do that, but yeah.
They should get some like skinny ass white kid to play Snape and then do the James Earl Jones voice just to throw people.
Like, no, I don't think they're going to do that. But then, I mean, we all knew Hermione they were going to make her black. We all knew that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's shocked over that one. Snape is the biggest shocker of the casting so far. But there does seem to be, as people are bringing up, a little bit of a pattern here that all the characters, especially Half-Blood, whatever, Mudblood, as they say,
yes,
in the show, are so far black. So
and
you really need to diversify some other characters here.
That might be the point. I don't know. But then if that's the case, it's like this show's going to be a lot more loaded, I think, than the books. Because you're going to have, Snape getting hung from a tree by Harry's racist dad.
Or they're going to take all that out, which, you promised.
But you promised it was going to be like the books.
Uh-huh.
So
you promised to be very hyper accurate.
What are you doing here, right?
So far, it's not very hyper accurate, but okay.
I mean, Hagrid, I think, was a great. I mean, honestly, most of the casting choices, I think, have actually been pretty okay. I don't know. It was interesting. We were talking to a family friend, and so Squid King went to Epic Universe last week for the opening. And
he's going to come on eventually and talk about it.
He's going to come on eventually and talk about it. But it's interesting because they're doing all the sets and everything from the current movies, or from like the new one is based on Fantastic Beasts, I guess, the new world.
The new land is, but the ride is based on the original.
Because Fantastic Beasts was a massive failure. The first one,
they did the city in Paris from Fantastic Beasts, but the ride itself is a Ministry of Magic, and it's using Umbridge and stuff. So
yeah, but she's awesome. Umbridge is awesome.
I know. So I'm saying there's not going back. The ride itself is not. Yeah, Fantastic Beast.
But like, okay, so they spent all this money to build the 3 Harry Potter lands. They basically, for those of you who don't know, at Universal, there's a Harry Potter land in each one of their theme parks.
Yes.
But they're all based on the current movies. So I was like, okay, so they're going to reboot Harry Potter. Are they going to keep the sets basically the same so they can reuse the lands and then just like pop in some new Potter kids or something? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Like, it's gonna be really weird if everything is like totally different on the show, and I don't know.
Well, I think like the Hogwarts and all that, it's gonna be similar in appearance.
I mean, it's a Scottish castle. What can you only do so much with it? It would be wild if they used the exact same damn sets. And they're like,
do
what?
They even have the same sets?
No, they do. It's actually like an exhibit or something overseas. You can go see it.
Well, then I would.
Just save some money, guys. Just go dust off the sets, and yeah, apparently you can go see Hogwarts or whatever, the like Harry Potter experience. I don't know what it is. But everybody's complaining about how young they are. I'm like, did you see because
they start out.
They were
young.
10 years old when they were cast, the original trio.
Right. I don't understand why you'd say that. They look awfully young. It's like, yeah.
Kids grow fast, and that's one of the biggest issues with especially at that age. From like 10 to 15, one of the biggest problems with TV shows, especially, is like you can tell between seasons. Like, yeah, this kid's getting really big, so we're gonna have to bring in a baby now to cousin Oliver, get a cute kid in here again. Yeah, people were surprised that Ron wasn't race swapped. Hermione looks book accurate. Actually, I that's not actually her. That's whatever. I just feel bad because Hermione's like the most insufferable character anyway. But there we go. So I don't know what else to say. I feel bad for the kids. I think they're going to get harassed.
Don't do that.
Do not do that. I think
don't harass the kids.
I think it's completely
I don't care what side you're on, and we know which people are going to be more likely to do it. Don't harass the kids.
Yeah, I know exactly who's the most likely to harass them, given the other actors getting harassed. But we're talking about children. Leave them alone. Anyway, there it is. We'll see. We'll see how it does. I don't know. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.